remember talking about the cockroaches before. I just found it on Google.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Well, that works. All right. Let's get this party started, right? There's a farming sim here. We got some, I gotta get some seed. Or some fertilizer and some lime. Got some grass to cut over here. See how that goes. What the hell's going on here? Pretty sure that is alternate Z, right? And then, Control S, Control Z, Control, no, alternate C, right? And then Control C, there we go. Turn that on, reset that, auto width, reset that, show lines, yes, back, and alternate E, set that, let's turn that on. I hope it's making hay. Yep, and there we go. All right, so we'll get this started. Cut a nice straight path here. And as you can see, I'm using the conditioner mower. That is turning grass straight into hay, which I love this thing. This thing is pretty awesome. Let's get this lined up here. Cut that straight line there. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a tree in the way there, a bush. I wonder if we can cut that down. Uh-oh. Didn't see that. We'll just follow the line here. Probably didn't need to use the GPS, but it's always easier to just cut a straight line with that thing. We'll turn it off here and let the helper finish the rest. Control X. Control Z. Alt X? No. Alt Z? No. I'm pretty sure it was to turn it off as Control X, right? Control Z. Huh. Control C. No. Alt C. There it is. Alt C. Bear with me one moment. I don't know why this thing keeps doing that. Alright. So there's that. Alright, so we got the helper working there. Next thing we need to do is fertilization. I have this bad boy right here to drag the fertilizer cart. This is the new map that came out. I'm just playing around with it, seeing how well it goes. I like the layout of the farm. It's nice. Pretty. I forgot the name of the map. I'll get that for you though. And we're gonna fill this bad boy up with lime. Or at least we'll do 10,000 in lime for now. I'll see if I need more. And we're going to go lime field 13. I'm not familiar with the layout yet. I probably could have went the other way and saved some time. Let's see here. Let's just start right here. Get this field limed up. Could have worked out a little wider. I didn't want to put too much lime in this bucket because I don't want boxes of lime scattered all over my farm. So 10,000 was good enough for me. And this looks like it's going to be plenty to finish this off. I am playing with precision farming DLC, so there's that. We're going to be liming, fertilizing, planting. Hopefully all today. I got to get some corn in the ground, because I got to be able to feed my cows. So we'll see how this goes. Now I'm taking over this farm. I think this farm is already planted, but I'm gonna till this up and replant something different. I gotta have some corn going, so probably plant some corn here. Yeah, looks like I just missed that edge over there. Let's get it lined up. And that's that. I don't think there's any issues. Field 13 is right here. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we'll head off the field. Well, it's 2, I believe. Field 12. We'll get some lime slapped in over there. Check on the lawnmower. See where he's at. She's got to mow this field right here too. I gotta get some hay going. He looks halfway there. Looks good to me. It's a pretty big field over here. This is going to be my wheat field. I'm going to plant some wheat in this field right here. So I turn the stones and weeds off. I don't really play with that. I just, you know, I ain't got time to be picking stones up on the field. You can if you want, I guess. If you want a little more realism, I suppose. That's not that important to me. Let's get this helper started here. And hopefully that's enough lime. I may have to get some more. This is a pretty big field. But what I do need to do is get the baler going. So I'm going to grab this guy right here. And we are going to fold this up. Do some windrowing. Blocked by an object. What is it blocked by? Oh, that's right. I have grapes too. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do there. I need to buy some equipment. I might end up having to just rent some equipment to get these grapes off the field or off the ground. Get that off and running. I'm not quite sure. I've never done the grapes before, so. You can't hire a helper neither on that stuff. It's all manual. You have to do it all manually. So that's going to be fun. It's not a big field. It's pretty small. Let's start here. Right here. There we go. I don't know when they're ready to go. They don't look ready to go. Growing. Let's check the crop calendar here. We got grapes will be ready in the fall, so yeah, I got plenty. Right now it's spring, so let me get back over here to the smaller tractor. Get this windrower. Oh, where am I going? Get this windrower going. And this should be good enough to scoop up 2 of these lines, I'm hoping. If not, then I'll just do away with the windrow. And yeah, we can catch 2 lines here, so that'll work. This is perfect. I love those lawnmower swathers. I used to just use flat mowers with no swath, but this thing is nice because it has that conditioner on it. And if you don't want to buy a windrower, it still puts down a decent sized windrow. So you don't have to worry about how many passes you're going over the field. I mean, it's a lot of passes with this. The windrow is going to save some time. And once that guy's done liming over there, I'll get the baler going behind me here. I'll get some windrows down. That limer should be done liming that field soon. We'll go check him out. Because I do want to get the baler started. He's about done. He's got a little bit left. Oh, I'm going to have to reset him. I think he's done. That's my only complaint about this lawnmower. That it windrows things even when, I don't know, it's just, it windrows stuff. Like, even when it's like pulled off the ground like this, it'll still produce a new windrow, which is weird. Back this way. We'll get this guy started on this other grass field here. Let's see how that goes. So I'm gonna have plenty of hay, dried grass, to feed my cows until I can get some silage going. I get some silage going, I can mix the hay and silage and put some mineral feed in and make some total mixed ration, TMR. My cows can start producing. I bought some TMR in the beginning to feed them. I filled up their troughs from the store, the local feed market. That gets expensive, so I'm not interested in doing that all year round. I'm certainly going to use this field right here, these two grass fields, to feed them. I suppose I could have turned one of these grass fields into silage, but then that means I would have had to buy a wrapper to wrap the bales. And that's just a call. I have a silage maker right there, a silo. That thing right there will turn anything into silage. So I can scoop this stuff up and pour it in there, but then again, that's another piece of equipment I'd have to buy in the forage wagon to pick it up. And I'm just not. I'm trying to save some money here. This is not a square field, so we'll start here. This is pretty square. It's pretty straight line right here. That's the longer edge over there, I think. We'll start right here. With this guy going this way. We'll see. Cut a nice line. Looks good to me. Alright, this guy's done. Let's see where he's at. Who's gonna field one for? No. Field 12, yeah. Field 12 is nice and lined up. Alright. we're going to go get the baler. Oh, look, 327 left. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. I gotta get some fertilizer for this. We'll start fertilizing these fields here in a little bit. But that's not bad. I picked that right on time. It's just going to take less fertilizer too, I believe. So maybe 5,000 in fertilizer. But that is not bad at all. One little small container. We'll leave this guy right here for now, because I am going to be using him to fertilize, since I don't have any organic fertilizer at the moment. And I do have a slurry spreader over there, but I don't have any slurry. The cows, I mean, they can't even fill up one 312 slurry in the main cow pen. That's nothing. That's nothing. The baler. We'll grab the baler. We'll start baling some hay. And we'll get behind this windrower. Now those are some pretty thick windrows, yeah. So this thing will fill up pretty quick. Oh, is there a... I think it only does one... Yeah, it only does one size bale. Oh, and hopefully this automatic stop thing works good. There it is. Automatically does all this. This is a mod that I have, so I don't have to pay attention to... I could just keep cruise control on the whole time, and it automatically stops when it's full and automatically drops the bale. This is from LS Modding. It's one of my favorite mods for baling anyways. When you use round bales rather than square bales. Obviously square bales is the easiest because they just shovel right out the back. You don't have to ever stop. But square bales are big and they take up a lot of space. Round bales are a little easier to manage. So this is a great mod to have. You just keep the pedal to the metal and just let the mod do its own work. And you just keep rocking and rolling here. Now it doesn't work well with the fast balers that can wrap or don't need to stop. I mean, it doesn't make any sense anyways, because it doesn't stop anyways. I'm gonna get a little bit of a good yield out of this field. The other field probably not so much, because it really doesn't have any fertilizer on it or lime. It's just a raw field, and it might not even be on its second growth stage, which I know this one was. So we'll get a little bit more out of this field than maybe the other one. I think the other one might be a tad bit bigger. No, I think it's a little... No, it is a little bit bigger, right? There it is. Yeah, so it might work out to be about the same. We'll see. Alright, so this will catch me up. Oh, no, get in line here. Making a mess, making a mess, making a mess, making a mess. He's rocking and rolling. Alright. Stuff we can all clean up later. I mean, this field is putting some bales down, so it's There's nothing to shake a stick at right here. Now, when these fields grow again, I may rent a forge wagon and pick it up and make some. Oh, let's turn the cruise control off, and we'll get behind this guy. Control F. Now he's gonna follow me. And we'll just cruise. We don't want to get too far ahead, but what we can do is get near the end here, because he's gonna be about full already. And he'll stop, do his own thing back there. And then keep moving on up. Follow Me mod's a great mod. It's in the mod hub. You can find that in the mod hub. Whereas that automatic bailing stop system that I had on that for the manual bailing, you can't find that in the mod hub. You have to go somewhere else to find that. LS modding is where I found it. LS modding or LS farming. I don't know. I think it's LS modding. It's from the. I don't know if it's from the same guy who created the Hofbergman map, but it's from that same sort of group of individuals, group of modders. Let's not get too far off track here. Yeah, this is going to be a good harvest here. See how the lawnmower man is doing. Where is he at? There we go. Alright, so he's halfway done. Oh, making a mess, making a mess. So this windrower is a little bit small, but it's working. It's fine. It doesn't require a lot of horsepower. So it works for me. You just gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And we'll let this guy catch up. He's gonna stop again before he gets to the end here. Now I like the Vermeer pack. The Vermeer pack looks really nice, but you know, I don't play this game enough anymore to buy more DLCs. I bought the Kabuta pack, and I don't even use this stuff. And that little Vermeer baler and stuff looks cool, but I'll never use it. I'll never use it. I'll continue to use what I always use. A lot of times I use the fast baler, and a lot of times I just use this setup right here. Or I'll use the square balers because it's quicker. If I'm doing big farming, I use the square balers. If I'm doing small farming, I'll use some of these balers. If I'm online, maybe I'll use the fast baler if I'm playing with other people. He's got a couple more stops for this roll's over with, maybe one or two, I don't know. We're almost done with this, and then we gotta go do that field over there. And we'll let him catch up. I'm gonna make something to drink while he catches up. Beer. Please forgive the noise. I don't know. There's not much I can do about that. I live 5 miles from the airport or something like that. And apparently I live underneath a major corridor because I hear it. They always fly over top of my house. And there's a huge FedEx place. Oh, look at that little swath of grass that didn't get cut. We're going to have to come back and get that. That's right. You know, I looked at that. Oh, why didn't I think of that? That's the whole reason why he was stopped over there. I'm losing my mind, I think, legitimately. So, we'll get this guy. He's almost done here. We'll just manually grab some of this stuff that's out of the way. Stuff that we missed. Do some housekeeping. I love these tractors. The old school John Deere's. I always liked the small farm, older tractor feel. You know, I never got into the big farms, the big fields, the case quad tracks and all that. You know, or the John Deere RX or R9 or whatever the heck it's called. You know, those are nice and they're fun to play with in the beginning. It's really cool. You know, if you like that sort of big farm feel, I don't. I prefer small farms all day. Small farms, small equipment. Kind of brings me back to where I live, North Carolina, where it's sort of, you know, more, what is it called? Close to home feel, you know, where there's some big farms here in North Carolina, but not massive farms like out in, you know, Indiana or some of the Midwestern states where they're just huge farms. Where not only do you have loads and loads of sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. Anyways, the big farms like you see on YouTube with the guy, the John Deere guy, what's his name? Millennial Farmer, or the guy with the big buds, the big bud machines, the big huge tractors, Welker Farm. Those are huge farms. These guys, I mean, they got 4 and 5 different implements or different pieces of equipment on the field just to get the field done, you know. Whereas this, you don't need 4, you know, combines to harvest a field. You just need the one. And you can own your equipment. This is another thing I like with small farms. You generally on small farms, people own their equipment, right? They saved up over the years. They put the hard work in, and they own their own equipment. I mean, many of them do lease, or they'll hire a guy to come in and do things. But a lot of times they own their own equipment, and it just feels more, you know, small-minded. It feels more, you know, I just like it. Whereas with the bigger farms, like the Millennial Farmers and the Welker Farms, they lease, they don't own hardly any of that big equipment. They lease it or and I get it. It's, I mean, we're talking, you know, $100,000 tractors and $200,000 tractors and $400,000 combines, you know. I get it. Nobody's got that kind of money, even our farmers, which is sad that our farmers don't have that kind of money, that they have to lease. It is sad that they have to lease these big pieces of equipment and they can't just buy them outright because they're not paid, in my view, nearly enough. I mean, our farmers are just as important, if not more important, than our doctors. And doctors are out there making several $100,000 a year, and farmers are making 60 grand, 70 grand. They're middle class, and I think the farmers should be treated a lot better. I think our farmers should be upper class in our society. They should have huge amounts of wealth because they do so much to help. If you ate today, thank a farmer because he's the reason you ate today, right? Because that, those chickens and that grain, it didn't grow itself. We all depend on farmers, and we should act like we depend on farmers. This is one of the reasons why I love this game, because it gives me the opportunity to have that, virtual, live vicariously through the game. Like, oh, I want to be a farmer. I want to help. I want to help people out. I want to create fields of grain and wheat, corn, soybeans, and sell it to the market and know that I'm feeding people. Virtually, this gives me that sort of nostalgia, I guess. I like it. Love this game. If, let's say, hypothetically, I was to hit the lotto, I probably would buy a farm and live on the farm. I'm not sure if I would do a whole lot of farming because I'm not familiar. I don't know how to. So that would be a big challenge for me. But I would definitely buy a farm, live on a farm, maybe a ranch, have some chickens and some horses or something. Nothing that you're going to eat. Maybe, I guess, the chicken eggs. You would have the chickens that, you'd be eating the eggs, obviously. But, maybe some horses. Just to give me that farm feel, that real rural, heartland of America feel. Oh, that's what I would do with my money. If I had it. But I don't, so I do what I do. I play Farm Simulator instead. Alright, this'll do. We'll finish this one off and we'll drive over there and knock that other field out. And now we'll call it a day. And we'll get on it tomorrow. Which I believe I can. Corn. Yes. So in April we'll be planting corn. So we just got to do some fertilizing, some quick fertilizing today. And then tomorrow we'll run the rake and we'll plant the corn. And that'll help get us started for feeding. I can't grow any grains or any wheat or anything that's going to leave me a straw bed. I have some backup straw. Fortunately, this farm came with some straw in the loft. So, have a little bit of straw to get me through. I might have to buy a few bales to get me through to when I can harvest the wheat field. This big field right here is going to be the grain field for straw. Technically, I can plant oats and I can do that now and get straw off of the oats, but I have no other reason to have oats, right? I'm running a dairy farm, a small dairy farm, and I have some chickens, so I can feed the wheat to the chickens. So that gives me a reason to grow wheat. I don't have horses or anything, so there's no reason to grow oats, right? So, other than just to sell oats for the profit, but I mean, it's not like a huge profit neither. So I just decided against growing the oats just to try to get some straw swath on the field as soon as possible. I'll buy some straw. It's not that expensive. I can manage that without breaking the bank. I think. If not, then I can always do some work for some of the other fields, some of the other farmers on the map. I'm pretty sure they have some contracts. Here we go. Currently, no contracts available. Well, I might have to borrow some money then. It's spring. I'm using a new app called Start in Spring. So that could be a reason why there's no contracts, because it's trying to generate some contracts. So we'll see tomorrow if there's some contracts. Lovely. Didn't see that. So yeah, if anybody who's played this game, when you start the game, you start in like fall or the end of summer. I think you start in August, and you're allowed to harvest some whatever's grown, but like you can only plant like one item, and then you have to wait a brutal winter before you can really do anything. And it's just, I don't know. It makes more sense to start in the spring, and then did I did not. I'm struggling here, having trouble talking and playing at the same time, and you forget to do things. Let's get on the road here. That's the main thing. Man, that guy, he's just slow. What is going on with him? Okay, it didn't take. Alright, let's just get him on the road. Yeah. Cool. Okay, he's following. There he is. It's a cool little tractor here too. A little small tractor. Perfect for a smaller farm. Nothing fancy. The 5090E. And then I got my horsepower back there. The old school tractor. Pay attention to gears. And gearbox. Alright, here we go. Last field. This one's quite big, so we'll see how this goes. if we can squeeze down through here. We're going to try to make something happen here. Because we have this gap. See if we can squeeze down through here. See if we'll be able to make that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work out. Get up here. Get that bale in the way. Difficulty trying to get this follow me mod around some of these tricky turns. It works well on the open field. Alright, here we go. That should be a little smoother sailing now. Have we gotten past that little awkward island there that's on the side of the field? I'll be able to bring this guy down, get him started back up. Be able to turn here. Stop right there, let the guy catch up. Now if I was using a square baler, he wouldn't have to stop and do all this because the square bales just plop right out the back. Square bales are easier to manage too. The problem is square balers require a lot of horsepower to run, and they're much larger implements than the round baler implements. The round balers are a smaller footprint. They don't take up as much garage space. They don't have near enough horsepower requirement. And round balers are nice. They look nice. They tuck away nice. Square bales they're easier to manage. You can, nice square storage facility. You can pack them in there, but the round balers sort of look nicer, stored away. Purely aesthetics here, I suppose. Looks like I may have some trouble here. Yeah, clipping into that tree. So this looks like it's got a pretty good yield too, this field. I was worried that it wouldn't yield the same amount. Yeah. Let's see as far as the lime looks okay. Yeah, I'll still throw a layer on it. Of course, everything needs to be fertilized. Everything is just like dry as a bone. Excuse me. And we'll get this guy down to the end here. I think, yep, he's catching up. Of course, it's a lot easier with 2 people on the farm than just 1, but you work with what you got. You got the Follow Me mod. You do have a mod called Courseplay, which I do have installed, which can really, really help. And there's another mod for delivering and stuff like that. You can do all kinds of stuff in this game by yourself. You don't necessarily need more than 1 person on the farm. There's all kinds of helps, all kinds of little helpers that you can use. I I deleted the roads mod. I forgot the name of it. But it essentially maps out the roads for you, and all you have to do is make like certain little paths for it. You can it has a pathing tool where you can make your own path, and you essentially don't have to do anything. You can just tell him to do something. Tell a worker to do something like go mow that field, and the worker will absolutely go mow the field, and you don't have to do much but jump into the truck, jump into the vehicle, and give the command. And if you have it pathed out right, the worker will jump into the lawnmower and drive to the field and then do the field using Courseplay, because it ties all into Courseplay as well. And then you can have a baler go bale it up using Courseplay, and the same thing. And then I think you would still have to go pick up the bales. Although you can use a Follow Me mod and offset it a little bit. There's tricks to it where you don't have to do hardly anything. You can literally micromanage everything from your computer. You don't have to jump into the tractors and do any of the labor at all. There's mods out there that it gets a little complicated and it can get messy, but you can absolutely automate everything, essentially, where you don't have to do hardly any work. But I mean, it kind of takes the fun out of it, right? On larger fields, like when I was playing Nebraska, which is a 4x map, I automated deliveries, and if I needed seed or fertilizer, I had that automated. I would just jump into the truck and give a command, and he would go pick up whatever item whatever material that I needed, and bring it back to the shop, or bring it back to the farm, and then I would take over from there. So yeah, that was pretty fun. It takes a lot of work laying it all out, though. I might make a video. I can make a video on that, or I can do that. I have to go find the mod, though, because it's not in the mod hub. This roads mod, I can't remember. It's not Courseplay. It's something else. I don't remember the name of it. Cool mod, though. Absolutely cool mod. If I keep the stream thing going. If I keep doing this, and try to grow, I will do some larger farms. I'm not just going to play Farming Simulator neither. I have a bunch of other games that I like that I'll play. Some survival games, some arcade games, some arcade style games. I like golf. I play a lot of golf. I don't play a lot of other sports games. Golf is the main one. But I play a lot of survival games. And what's that game coming up? Sons of the Forest. I may try that. I'm into certain games like that sometimes, but sometimes they get a little grindy and I get frustrated with them. Like Valheim, I played Valheim for the longest time, and then after a while you're just like, there's not much left to do but grind for building. The only thing left to do is just crafting and building, and then that becomes like a huge grind. So I kind of gave up on it. I played a game called Grounded, which was fun. It's like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type game. And again, you get so far and then you're just grinding for building, I like Elden Ring. I have all the Dark Souls games. I may run through a gauntlet of them. I do a simple playthrough of them, not necessarily 100% or finding all the secrets, but maybe just like a beat all the bosses type playthrough. I die in those games. I'm not like one of these guys who can not get hit, no hit run or no death run. I mean, I have pulled off a no death run before in Dark Souls 1 and in Dark Souls 3, but it's like incredibly frustrating to try to do, because all the starting over until you finally get it, and then you're like, oh, finally got it. Oh. And honestly, I don't die in Elden Ring a lot. I didn't die in Elden Ring a lot. In the beginning, when I first started playing the game, I died a couple times here and there. But then once I really got good at the game, once I really started figuring it out, I stopped dying. And I just went through huge areas, like where it's supposed to be hard. And I didn't run through the areas neither. And I stopped and fought the enemies, to get the XP, to pick up whatever items they may be dropping. I did a lot of exploration. I tried to beat as many of the side bosses as you could, and there's a lot of them. So I wasn't just sort of running through it. I literally fought the bosses, and I didn't die a whole lot. So it worked. So I may play some of that. I might not do Elden Ring. It's a fun game, but I like Dark Souls 1. It's like one of my favorite games. I have Demon Souls I can play a Demon Souls game on an emulator. I gotta find it. I stashed it in a folder somewhere. I don't remember where the folder's at. That's a fun game. So I may dive into the Souls universe. If I just gotta, gauge my enjoyment of this, because I have a family, and they're usually in the living room. I don't want to. It may be a once a week thing that I do this stream, because I don't really have. I'm a working man. Again, I have a family that we're all gathered in the living room, and everybody's loud, and everybody's watching the TV turned up as loud as they possibly can. So. And by the time everybody goes to bed at night, I'm tired as well. This is like one of my days off, so I may stream on my day offs. We'll see how it goes. If there's some engagement, if I can pick up some followers, some viewers, and people seem to be interested in watching me stream, I'll definitely do more of it. And I may do it regardless if a lot of people follow or watch. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Just something I like doing. Something I always wanted to give a try, so definitely going to give it a try for a few months and see how it goes. If I can pick up some engagement, and I'll do more. But right now, this is just like a once a week thing. I'll do some farming simulator today, and maybe next time I jump on, I'll do a day 2 of it, get the planting and seeding and stuff like that, get all that done. And then maybe move on to another game, try a different game, and maybe start a rotation. We'll see how this goes. But this is one of my favorite games, easily, hands down. This is why I figured I'd start my little streaming thing with this game, because this is one of my favorite games. This is a game I really like. I really enjoy playing this game. There's a new mod out today that you can roll. I have like this OCD thing where I want to pick up everything, but you can roll the bales around with your hand. I thought that was pretty cool. But I have like the lumberjack mod where you can literally pick them up. So I don't really care about that. Like I can come here, as you can see, it says the object's too heavy, but if you hold alternate, then you can pick the bale up. So, of course, with the lumberjack mod, if you hold alternate, you can pick up your tractor. So it's a lot unrealistic. I only use it sometimes for bales or something. If I need to move something around, I have a forklift over there, or I have a skid steer for moving bales around, so I won't be like carrying bales around my yard. I think I'm good there. I'm not going to fill this thing up, so we'll go ahead and park this and call it a day. That's my bale trailer right there. That's an auto load where I don't have to do anything. You just drive by the bale and it loads it up automatically. Because I'm too lazy to do it manually, and it would take me another hour to pick up all that stuff. So that's not something I want to do. Where do I want to park this at? I think I'll park it over here. Yep, we'll park it right in here. And we'll go grab that trailer. And I'm thinking about buying a truck. I am going to need something other than what I'm using here to get around town. Buy a truck and a larger trailer for hauling grain when I do decide to buy some more fields and plant some soybeans or whatever, something for money-making purposes and not just for feeding the animals. Right now I'm just focused on feeding the animals. So with this right here, you just press X and you're in operating mode, and it should be good to go. I should be able to just drive right by this bale and then pick it up. Yep, there we go. So this makes it a lot easier for me. I don't have to worry about getting too crazy with it. Nice and quick. I think it holds 28 bales. Which I'll probably have to do two trips. I don't think there's 28 bales on this field. But between the two, I may have 30 or 40 bales. Now the auto loaders that are legitimate in this game hold about 16 bales. They're pretty nice, and some of them unload nicely. Some of them I don't like the way they unload. I don't like the way they stack the bales. But some of them are pretty good. Works pretty good. I like the auto loaders because it stacks them standing up rather than on their side. How they're laying now, some of the in-game loaders, that's how they stack them, laying on their side like that, and it can get messy. Whereas with this, it's just, you know, nice and neat and tidy, square. Everything's stacked. You know, it looks like there may be 28 bales on this field. One extra. One extra. Crazy. Just crazy, man. One extra bale. Huh. Transport mode. I'm not sure how I'm going to unload this. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I may have to unload it somewhere else. But for right now, we'll see if they fit in the loft. If they fit in the loft, they fit in the loft. If not, then we'll have to figure something else out. Right? Looks like it's going to be kind of unrealistic here. Huh? Oh, what's stopping me here? Oh, the tractor's too big. Unbelievable. The tractor is too big, huh? That's crazy. Alright. Again, I may have to manually unload them. Get them unload. Let's just pick this up and move it out of the way here. Some lime. Let's try. Oh, where's the tiny tractor at? There he is. Let's bring him home. And let's see if he can get underneath there. Again, I'm considering buying a truck. I should just go ahead and get the truck because I know the truck can fit underneath there and it'll make things a lot easier for me. And with the truck, I can also store a couple bales on the back of the truck too. So that'll help a little. Let's see here. We'll measure the height. I think this one's a little shorter. Yeah, it's a lot shorter. So this will be no problem getting underneath there. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna store this in here. I may just dump it and then try to manually move it later on. Okay, so that's where we're at there. Let's see here. Alright. So we're going to be moving it off to this side over here. Pull it up a little bit. There we go. So that worked. But again, the next load is going to be a little more difficult, right? The next load is definitely going to be more difficult to get in there. So I'm going to have to get in there with my skid steer and move some of these bales around because I've got a lot of hay. So I've got plenty of hay to feed the animals. Technically, I don't have to buy anything else. I can just feed them this grass, this dry grass. And I do have some silage that came with the farm as well, so I can make a few more loads of TMR. So Yeah, we can do a few more mixed rations loads, and then we'll have to figure something out after that. And again, I'll be able to harvest in the fall. I'll have some corn and some wheat, so that'll help. That'll take care of the animals, and then the next season, I plan on making some money off some crops like soybean and stuff like that. So we'll see where we're at here. He almost doesn't have the horsepower to get it up there. All right, let's have a look in here and see what's going on. All right, looks like we got some clipping here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff around. I really don't have any room. And there's my skid steer, so we'll pull this out of here. And we'll use the skid steer to move some things. And I don't, come on, I don't necessarily need this. I just need to push. Just like that. It's going to get ugly. Might get a little messy. But mainly what I want to do is just create room. So that's the main purpose here. Looks like the clipping on them things. Is there no clipping on that? Oh yeah, there is no clipping on that. Huh. Alright. Well, that's good to know. A little unrealistic there. Who cares? It's fine. It's not like game breaking for me. Some people it may be. Some people be like, oh, I can't. It's not. Some people just want to play ultra realistic, which is fine. I've played a couple times. I played online like that. Typically online, when you do play with guys, they want you to stick to sort of like a realistic script. Well, I made plenty of room here, and you see here's some of my silage that I have left. This all came with the farm. That's all the new hay. Right now, so the farm came with that silage, this straw, and this hay, and it was all scattered around the farm. I had to move it around. I ended up putting it in the loft to make it a little more accessible, rather than running around the farm looking for whatever you had there. Let's go this way. And there's that. And, yeah, we're not going to. We got a couple more to pick up here. We got one over here. It's a nice little tractor here. I kind of like this little tractor. It was less than 100,000, and it's more new aged. It's not old. You can get some. I think you can get one with some monitors in it, but it's definitely not an older tractor. It's like a newer vibe to it. Not like my bigger tractor, which is an older style John Deere. All right, we have two more. Two more bales to pick up. Oh no, three. I think there's one in the corner over there. Did I get that one in the corner? I think I did. I think I did pick this one up. Yeah, so we'll turn that off. Oh, get nothing right there. And what I'll do with this is I'll just feed this little bit to the cows. I'll stick this right there. Can I get anything? No, I don't think I can. I'll just shove that into the cows. Let them eat that up. There's not much left anyway, so they've got plenty of TMR. So that'll help me when the TMR starts to run low. Maybe get me through. There's that. All right. That is that. I still got some work to do. Again, I've got to fertilize everything. I've got to run some more lime on the grass there, so we can get a good yield next time. I may do that. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me today, man. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you around.